Please introduce yourself and what borough you rapping.
Brooklyn, New York, Delaware Smith.
William Lewis, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay. Brooklyn's in the house. I'm not surprised. Now you two have similar but very different styles. One's more street. One's more luxury style. For people that don't know much about style, could you just expand on that? What's your definition of street, and where's the line between street and luxury?
I feel like for a level of, yes, I think that there is a level of, I think street influences luxury a lot. One won't be one without the other, to be honest. I mean, when we talk about street, it's not just like what you see, but it's what you hear. Like when you think about street culture, you think about hip hop, what they talk about in the luxury stuff that they have that we couldn't afford when we listened to their album. And then you have luxury that's, you know, they buy into that that braggadocious situation of rapping because it technically is the same. Like luxury won't survive without street. You know, it's street dictates what's gonna happen in fashion. Truly. Like without street style, there will be no fashion. That's my thought.
But it doesn't get the recognition that it should.
No.
Never does.
No.
But I think it's like getting disrespectful. Let me not think. It is getting disrespectful. Because like Prada and Bottega dropped something, those Carhartt jackets, right? The same thing, leather around the neck. How much did that go for, you thinking?
5,000,
right? A jacket like that should run you about like $60. So when I see someone that is rocking something like that, I put more respect on someone that's wearing the 60 and put the time and distress it and did whatever they did with it to make it theirs versus someone that just bought something for a label.
So it's a stretch here, but I guess everybody in the room could agree what Pharrell is doing as far as, do you feel that since he came from street culture, he should have kept his latest line a little bit more affordable versus what he's doing, $123,000 coats?
$2 million bags. That's what he's always been doing. Like, the thing with like people like that, when they touch certain things, the idea sounds wonderful, looks beautiful, the prototypes look beautiful, but the mass production first season might be all right. Everything after that is a downgrade. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you giving people things that are B grade and they're paying top dollar?
Well, from a person that worked for that brand for 5 years, Louis Vuitton has set the tone for their clients to think that that's the right price. Louis Vuitton isn't like any other brand on the market. Like, no, it's a monster on its own. So if Louis Vuitton doesn't even have to work hard to get clients. Clients buy into Louis Vuitton with a blink of an eye. It could be anything, a shoe, a card case, a coat, jacket, bag, whatever, a textile. They've gained the respect from clients to make it okay to set the prices that high because they know someone will buy it.
It's just the name and the exclusivity. It's not even about the fashion. It's not even about the art. It's just the name.
It's the name.
And the exclusivity.
LV's like,
that is the whole point.
No. This is no shade because I still buy LV today. Louis Vuitton is the Starbucks of luxury.
Correct.
They are the McDonald's of luxury. They have so many locations. How you can compete with a brand that has over 500-600 stores worldwide, and Balenciaga, Dior, and all these. I mean, Dior has a lot too, but still. But like, they can't compete with that. That's like they can't. Like, Louis Vuitton funnels money for LVMH.
Correct.
It's a freaking bank. It's a bank.
It's a status symbol as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you have LV, What? Gucci? You can't talk to me. I'm wearing LV. You can't talk to me.
That monogram.
It's that monogram, and the price goes up.
Yeah, there was a point in time where they wasn't even focusing on silhouettes. It wasn't focusing on fabric. It was just a monogram, a logo.
But
That's
see,
all they worked on.
So here's the thing. When I worked there, I was under the designs from Kim Jones. Kim Jones did amazing in terms of like introducing tailoring with street. And that's how we gained the men in Park Avenue and Madison, and also the guys from Brooklyn, Harlem, and just any guy in their mid 40s and 30s that wanted to dress street, but still tailored. When he left and Virgil came, first of all, Kim Jones' contract was over. When Virgil came into the game, Louis Vuitton needed to understand they to keep that street client. So they had to hire Virgil. You're banking on street culture now, so Virgil has to carry that weight. After Virgil passed, they had to keep the momentum. And who came in? Pharrell.
Because it was a dying industry and he wanted to tap into the black.
Because when Kim Jones left for Dior, where'd everybody go? Where'd black people go? Dior. And you have Pop rapping about it. It's a bank.
You don't imagine that a lot of people that are into fashion are looking at Pharrell versus Virgil and saying that Virgil actually brought us art versus what Pharrell is doing? Or would you say that Pharrell is also bringing us art?
Well, Pharrell...
Well, first, before you even answer, do you disagree that Virgil brought us art in his pieces?
No, I agree.
He brought us art, but no story.
Expand on that.
Like, when you watch a lot of runways, like, for instance, like Kim Jones, or you watch like Demo, or a lot of these, like Margiela, they have a story with that season.
Yeah.
Something that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole collection is not random pieces. It's things that go together, that mesh well together.
I agree. It wasn't cohesive.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, Virgil gets that pass because he was dying, and nobody knew. So he was pushing out things like that, no story. So he gets that pass, but everyone else is just very random. It's like we don't buy outfits, we buy pieces, and we make outfits out of these pieces versus going and buying a whole mannequin.
Right.
That's what, let me not name drop, but that's what a lot of these artists do.
Okay. Now, why do you imagine everyone's so obsessed with Virgil and Kanye West? How are they so different versus everyone that came before them? And could you compare them to maybe some of the previous designers? Maybe we had I don't know, going back in hip hop culture, Iceberg or a Foob or something. Why did Kanye and Virgil stand out so much? Even Dapper Dan, people would say that Kanye and Virgil were more creative than Dapper Dan. What's so special about them?
You know what it was, I feel, is that Kanye got leverage because, not saying he's like Dapper Dan or better than Dapper Dan. I'm just saying in that moment when Kanye was really influencing fashion, because he was talking about it in his music, and with young kids trying to get to that level of just luxury. So when you're sitting down with the who's, because truthfully, Kanye back then was probably the main rapper going to runway shows that you saw. Aside from Pusha, what other rapper was going to runway shows like that? Nobody.
And not just that, a lot of us, even hood niggas, they watch anime. A lot of the stuff that he was doing was Japanese anime.
Correct.
Look at the Good Morning. Look at the what's it called, Stronger video with Akira and all these brands and working with Japanese brands over there.
His whole crew, though, remember that photo in Paris?
And at that time and point, fashion was higher over in like France and Japan and all this other shit over there.
And not to mention, I remember one time, and to implement Virgil was doing a lot of stuff. Like Virgil did Pyrex, he did all these things, and for Ben Trill, and then whenever Virgil got into the game, he started mingling with Europe, like a lot. And I remember one time I went to Paris for work, when I was working for LV, and I had to go for a runway show, and I went there, and I was stuck in Paris after that because we had a snowstorm. And Virgil happened to be at this store called Colette that no longer exists in Paris anymore. It's gone. And when I walked in, I didn't even know why there was a line in front of the store, Colette. And I was just like, let me just walk in. Don't know how I got in, skipped the whole line. And I walked in, and Virgil's sitting there signing books. And this is 2015. And when I saw the kids in Europe fiending for Virgil, I was like, yeah, like this makes sense. This makes sense. And I think that's why people fed into them, because at that point, Black people were being seen in places that we never been.
And that's why a lot of street designers that I knew back in the day, that's what they did. It was like a mindfuck. It was like a trick they used to do. They would actually send some of their brand or their clothes up there, because over here we're most likely to buy clothes overseas because it's overseas versus over here supporting somebody that's over here. So it was just like a mind fuck they used to do to people.
Like we felt like, I truly felt like when Kanye rapped about it and like you saw him do it, raise your hand, like you felt more comfortable going into like luxury stores, knowing like, I'm gonna buy something from here. I don't care how much it costs. Like, cause like that was the carefree attitude that Kanye brought to like the element of reality. Like, if I'm wearing it, you could wear it too. Like it's not just for people that don't look like us. I don't know. That's how I think.
How do you feel nowadays seeing people in Rick? Because Rick was never, it was never so main.
Yeah.
Rick Owens, for anyone who's listening who has not. I'm
gonna just say this one thing, because I'm gonna let him take over, because there's a lot of Rick Owens.
No. You're not gonna chicken out.
No, I'm not chickening out. I'm gonna just say this.
Okay, go ahead.
People who know Rick.
Just gonna throw me under the
bus.
Yeah, he tried to throw it on you. And it's on camera, so he can't deny it.
Yeah, people who know Rick was wearing Rick 12 years ago.
Yes.
Or longer.
Yeah.
I think now that we have certain individuals who's really like making it more like just as popular as like Balenciaga. So like there are a lot of people that in the rap game, Uzi, like I respect him. Like he really makes, he makes Rick Owens like fire. Like he makes it, kids want to wear it, you know?
Who?
Uzi, I'm talking about Uzi. He makes kids want to wear it. But as from a person who wears more Rick, I'll let him take over for the rest.
Nah, that's fucked up. So.
Nah.
What was the name of that bag that you had?
Which one? Oh,
that was Rick, right? The bag you had?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that piece? Because that was so
It's a nice piece.
Huh?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I've seen him wear it.
So look, I do a lot of shopping. So when I carry bags, it get annoying and shit because it messes with my whole like ensemble. So I saw the bag, and when I saw the bag, I said, "Oh shit, I could put what I want on the bag in the bag, and nobody would know what I have on me. You know what I mean, at all? Because it's like being a personal shopper or a stylist, it gets annoying walking around with all these bags everywhere. You know what I mean, like you're a Target. So I just put it in the fucking bag.
Okay. And what's your favorite Rick piece? I know you got a lot of pieces. Or a couple of your favorite Rick pieces. Just describe them for
Or
us.
some new ones that he ordered or we just got.
God damn, so you telling. I would have to say the Ramon boots. They're discontinued. They don't make those anymore. But if they ever did, I would get those. Those are my favorite like shoe because it's like a in between a sneaker and a boot, and the easy access into it, and the way laces go on it and everything.
Okay.
Like and cargo baskets too.
Whoa, wow.
But when I dwell into that, like I like to mess with like fabric, like ostrich, python, iguana. You know what I mean? Sea wolf.
The ones that you have, are those the Python ones? The red
Which
basket joints that you got?
No, those are sea wolf, but I have the python ones that you're talking about.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Look, my clients, they want exclusivity. They don't want to walk down the street and be like,
Yeah,
they don't want that. That the whole point for them is that they want that. They want that exclusivity. So I give it to them. You know what I mean? So one of ones or 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 25 or whatever the case may be. And you pay for that.
Okay.
That's what you're paying for.
Okay. And go ahead. Mr. Rick.
Oh, me? I don't wear Rick.
You don't wear Rick
I have
at
a
all?
few, like I have maybe 1 or 2 pieces, but I don't.
He's not a Rick guy.
I
I'm
have
more of the
everything
Rick
under
guy
the
than
sun,
anything.
but a lot of Rick. Like if I have pants from Rick. I have a sweater, but other than that, I just don't know. Like I like Rick, but I need to start investing in Rick. That's the problem.
OG Rick, old Rick.
Like old Rick.
Because he's very hands off for the past, want to say, 3 years right now.
Like old Rick had pieces.
Yeah, he has some
Pieces.
What would you say your favorite piece is right now in your closet?
You, him, yeah.
For me?
Yeah, no,
Right.
both of you guys.
Oh, right now?
Oh God.
I started diving a lot into like Raf. Like it never like occurred to me until like I really started looking because I want to say maybe 2019 I was in Japan and I went to this like spot. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like Disneyland for like fashionable people that appreciate art because it was nothing but pieces. You don't see nothing that was on a hanger was bullshit. Nothing was a filler. Everything was hits. I saw this Raf jack. I picked it up. It was fire. It had like a whole bunch of stamps and threads all over it. And I was like, yo, how much is this? Lady was like 12,000 US. She was like, yeah, I put that shit right the fuck back there. And then I ended up getting like a couple Raf connects. And I started diving into it because of the functionality of it, the simplicity of it. And just like how can I say? The quality is really good. And when I get it, I alter it to how I want it to be. Like I don't have it on me right now, but if I did have it, you'll see.
That's a great answer.
My favorite piece in my closet?
And you can break it up too. It can be your favorite accessory, your favorite statement piece, or your overall favorite piece.
Okay, favorite statement piece.
Like jewelry and stuff like that?
Yeah, you can break, because I know sometimes you might have a favorite hoodie or jacket or footwear, and there's just maybe that one piece that you love overall. So we can discuss, you can dive into each category if you like, yeah.
Oh, that's Mr. $22,000 hoodie.
See, look, now the interview is done. 'Cause we not.
No. Don't leave. Don't leave.
See, look.
Don't leave.
Now, look. So I have a friend of mine that models and work for Rick. I mean, not Rick, for Raf a long time ago. Like I have a couple people that's intertwined within that realm. I told him I'm looking for this piece. He said, I got you. I said, all right, cool. He got me this piece, right? It's a, what you call it? It's a RAF jacket because they wanted to do a movie. I can't even self-say it because of the NDA and shit. Yeah. They wanted to do a movie. The villain had to have like 2 jackets for the stunt double and for the villain itself. And I went and bought 2. I was looking for the other piece and he got it for me. And I had no clue of the price point on it until I started looking it up. So if somebody was to really come up to me and ask me, like, I've had people literally come up to me and be like, yo, I'll give you 5 bands for it right now. I'd be like, no. I'll give you 10 bands for it right now. I'm like, no. Unless we're talking like 16 or maybe even 20, then we could do that because it's art. Like, I made it look this way. And plus, he stopped making clothes a long time ago, like literally like 2 years ago, right? Was it last year or was it 2 years ago he said he stopped?
A year ago?
Yeah, a year ago he stopped, yeah.
Do you imagine he'll start back? Or?
No. The best ones know when to leave instead of being told to leave.
Was his last collection that he did for Dior? They did the documentary on Raph? Was that his last show?
I didn't even see
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
that's why he cried. I have that picture
I
in
saw
my
that
phone.
documentary.
That's why he cried. But I think he's finishing out Fred Perry right now. And like, I'm not mad at it. And that's what I've always said. I'm like, these brands, like, what's a brand? Like, if he was to get like with APC or even like, back in the day, my favorite brand was G-Star because of the quality and the functionality of it and just the silhouettes. And they had like, what they did every season was they only chose innovative people. Like, what's his name? Magnus something. He's the best chess player in the world. They kept having him in these campaigns. Pharrell had what's it called? Raw for the Ocean. The first collection, it was a hit because he was using something called bionic, basically using plastic from out of the sea to make clothing. So basically, that's a big tax cut for him, and plus he's saving the world and he's making fashion at the same time. That's cool. You know what I mean? Had this whole like gimp suit type jump off. Like the hoodie comes into a mask and everything. They got different artists to come and work. And then when he bought it, it became very kiddish. It became a lot of prints. It became a lot of plastic. It stopped being denim. It stopped being red listing. It stopped being a lot of things. And it just fell apart.
He was doing the whale graphics and stuff.
Yeah, it's like him coming in for a pop-up or a collection, that's cool. But him for the entirety of something, it is very kiddish. Because remember, like he eats Pop-Tarts and shit. Like no shade, no. I love Pharrell. Swear to God, that's my guy. You know what I mean? Swear to God. That's my guy. Peace and love. What does this mean?
I forgot.
Forgive me. I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm not a Trekkie. You know what I mean? But it gets very kiddish. Like no grown man wants to wear like polka dots and all this. It's like, you know what I mean? It sounds cool. You know what I mean? But not for the entirety.
Ice cream.
Yeah, that type, it matches the brand. You can't take ice cream and bring it to Montclair. You can't do that.
Yeah. It look kind of cool. Sorry.
But that's just me personally. See?
Yeah.
Favorite piece?
Yeah, your favorite piece or pieces and
categories.
categories.
My God. Okay, I had this killer coat. Fur coat. Fendi fur coat. And I remember I saw it for the first time. I was at, I think what happened was my store was flooded and I had to work out of Madison. And I remember like, that's when Fall Winter just dropped. It was like 2020. Fall Winter Men's just dropped, like Runway. And I'm looking in the back because I'm trying to figure out what pieces just came in so I can like give to my clients. Like I need these Fall Winter pieces now because I have credit cards on deck. Like I need to bring these. And I go downstairs and they're unpacking a coat. And this coat is like packaged like crazy. And I'm like, is this women's? It's like, no, it's men's. I'm like, men's? Like, we have a men's fur coat here because it's rare for a man to have a fur coat. It's hard. Like they'll make everything for women, like bobcat, chinchilla, like links, but they don't make anything for men. And if they make something, it's just like one. And if they make another one, it's like, But this one was fire, and I was just like, oh, let me see it. And it's a multicolor intarsia shearling coat.
You have it?
Yeah, I have it.
May we see it?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead. We'll keep them entertained. We'll keep them entertained while you're going.
Well.
Since
Nigga, you can't explain to them what it is and you have it a couple feet away.
We could talk while he pulls it out. Will, because I got some questions just tailored at you. What's up with stuff like Humane with the drippy glasses, stuff like that? Who decides war, things of that nature. How do they fit in a big in the picture?
Shout outs to them.
Yeah.
Who decides war?
Yes.
Bravado, he good dude. Mm-hmm. I like his collection. I like what he's doing.
Love it. Yeah.
For me, I feel like he should do like two sides.
Explain.
Meaning like, you know how like, let me talk in Rick. There's mainline and then you have Dark Shadow. Dark Shadow is like the Ramones that you see the girls be wearing, and it be nylon and stuff like that. It's slightly cheaper. Then you have the mainline, where you have the fabric, where you have the silhouettes, where you have like I said, the functionality that makes sense, like real calf.
As you would
like
say,
skin.
as you should say, PC pieces.
Yeah, PC pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, PC pieces.
PC pieces. Yeah.
So you think he should have two? He should separate it into two lines.
Yeah, I think he should separate
What,
into
to
two
make it
lines.
more exclusive?
Yeah.
You
Because
don't
it's
feel like
very
this
mixed.
junction as exclusive?
It's very mixed in. It's very mixed in. Cause I'd be like, yo, this is too high maintenance to be next to this right here. Like the detailing that he puts into his jeans, I see him being the next Tavaniti, the next Avizu. If he keeps this up.
Now, we're in this area. I know you guys travel. Has it spread outside of this area?
In terms of?
What you mean?
Do you see people outside of the metro New York, New Jersey area wearing it?
Yeah.
We've
And outside of like LA, outside of the
you talking about the world, or you talking about just like America?
around the states and stuff?
Yeah,
like you
no,
see
they-
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it's going to take the place of tears? Because a lot of people wanted denim tears. A lot of people wanted denim tears to be who decides war.
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted that, and it looks as if who decides war is going to really take the place of denim tears. Do you guys feel the same, or am I reaching here?
I think it already had to me personally.
So
I never saw the hype behind denim tears. No offense, like no hate towards the brand, and it's just not me.
My kids aren't going to like you, but go ahead.
That eat business. I'm not into denim tears. Like,
You know, I have to say this. Like, I'm a clothing whore. I just hoard clothes because I love clothes. So when I saw denim tears, I just liked it because it's like I like print. And I'm just like, and they look like they fit well. So I'm just like, for me, when the fit is good, I'm thinking about style, what I compare with my closet. So I appreciated the fit, the print, as well as the washes. Like, not too many brands can do washes good on jeans. So I appreciated that. So I was just like,
the Levi 511s.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still, like, it's cool.
And
Like,
they're
I fell
clothing.
into the hype.
Like, am I bugging?
No. You're
And
not.
then on top of that,
I
for
agree
that,
with you. I
On
agree
top of
with
that, for that price point that he's charging, instead of y'all getting like screen print, why isn't it not embroidered? If it was embroidered, maybe it'll catch my eye. Like,
that's why I didn't buy
I'm
them.
not paying
And that's why I didn't buy
that
them.
level of money for something that is screen printed. I'm not doing
That's why I
it.
didn't buy them. Because I looked online, I was just like, but they're not embroidered.
And then
they're
when-
screen printed.
Yeah, then when they show you the stuff,
Yeah.
right, the prototype or the campaign, these things are very high quality. And then when it comes to you as a consumer, it's not the same level of what you saw there. That's just what it is.
And what I saw was the cut of it. It's very small, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's very small. Like
It's
you could wear it,
small.
I could wear it because
Yeah.
we're you know. But it's a small.
It's not gonna give.
No, it's not going to get.
It's not gonna give. Like they're quite.
I would
fitted.
rather wear a cold wall. Besides that,
That kind of fitted.
Because-
You think he could fit? I don't even think he could fit
more
one of the
thought
hoodies, right?
goes into those
Possibly,
kinds
I
of
don't
brands.
know.
Nah, he can't. He can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they denim tears, the hoodies.
They're-
You wouldn't
they're-
even be able to fit one of them.
They're like cut small a little bit.
Yeah, but again, where's the story? It's just very hype to me, and it feels like you're using the culture to sell something.
It's a contradiction in his message.
Yeah.
He's selling
Big
you
contradiction.
But now Tremaine is doing denim tears.
Now, do you think he should have stayed at Supreme?
What did Supreme do wrong? They said no
they
to
didn't come
something.
talk to him, no. They kind of didn't give him an explanation.
Do they have to give you an explanation? Do you know like the highest people that buy that brand? Like, let's put it in order, right? First, Asian. That's number one. Because there's another Supreme over there that's separate from there. They still buy Supreme, whatever the case may be, right? Then you have white. Then you have Spanish, right? Then you have black. We're literally fourth on the list of buying Supreme like that. That's just what it is. We're the lowest demographic of buying Supreme. How would you feel to watch all these Asian people walking around with, what was on it?
People hanging.
People hanging. You can't compare any of these artwork or these campaigns that they've done to that.
Yeah.
That's not that at all.
Let me ask you a question. Why wouldn't he do that on his own stuff if it was so important to him?
To be controversial. A lot of these, like,
Do you think it's coming on his stuff?
yeah, listen, they just want to be celebrities. That's just what it is. They're not even paying attention to the brand. They just want to be celebrity adjacent. That's just what it feels like to me.
Okay.
Because if they actually spent more time on the brand, the pieces would make sense. There would be a story. You could see the work being put in there.
Okay. Okay. And we all feel who decides war is doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. He just keeps setting the bar higher for himself, and he keeps like, what's another brand? Carlton Yaito.
Who's that?
It's a girl and a guy who they make like
Oh,
these
the
bags.
paisley print bags.
Yeah, and they be making like they had a tough ass piece with this big hat.
The black
that
couple.
That could go into like a scarf.
Oh, I
and he
saw
could
that.
and he could fix it to any way that you
Yeah.
want. So you're not walking around looking like everybody else. You could wear it however you want. And I'm like, that makes sense.
That was a
You know what I'm saying?
cool
That's
concept.
art. Those are pieces. They understand style. Versus giving me some 511 jeans and putting some.
And that's why I
some-
didn't buy them, because I was like, they're screen printed, but they cost that much.
What?
Denim tears. I was just like, they should have been embroidered.
Well, how about a company like Barriers or something that they're also screen printing, but it has have something on
Hype.
it.
A lot of these things are hype. That's just what it is. It's hype.
Do you feel Barriers is standing the test of time?
No.
No.
I'm going to stand on that. There's no shit. What?
No,
You asked me a question, I'm answering
Yeah,
it.
Yeah. We
That's like, you don't want to be
I'm
hype.
listening.
You don't want to
You
be
want to
hype.
be heritage.
Exactly. You want to do things that make sense. Where's the story? Show me the story. Make it
No,
make sense.
I'm not saying anything. I don't know the company like that, so I can't say that. I'm just like,
Because they're not telling you their story.
I'm just like,
Well, you're underscoring what he's saying if you don't know the company like that.
yeah, that's true.
It's like it's like V-Loan. There's no story. Where is it at right now? Where's it at right now? Show me the pieces.
I never
They could have been the
gotten
next
to that.
Supreme.
Could have been the next Supreme. But trying to be celebrity adjacent, these type of things happen.
So how about the other companies? Maybe they're still around, but they're not as popular. Like, let's say, Gallery Department or Rude or something like that.
Gallery Department is the most disrespectful brand I've ever seen in my life. They need to be indicted for sure. Like, I heard Hell is doing renovations just for them, like a special place. They're taking things from like Old Navy, right? It's genius, and they're taking like, oh, we're gonna buy these pants for like $13, $5, right? And they're just reconstructing it, giving it to you, not even taking out the Old Navy fucking tag. I swear to God, my boy that works in fucking Saks showed it to me. He's like, bro, they left the fucking Old Navy tag in the bitch. I'm like, you out of your fucking mind. I'm like, yo, this is wild. You know what I mean? Just to put a flare here, they're charging like, how much is Gallery Department?
I don't know.
They're charging like $1,200, 2 bands,
What?
3 bands. Yes,
That's how much it
bro.
costs?
Yes. For the Lanvin jumpers, the painted jumpers, them shits go for like $2,500. Off rip.
What?
Not even resale.
Wait,
That's
I'm sorry.
how much it costs off rip.
I've never bought Gallery Department. I always thought it was like $400 and stuff. Nah. Are you serious?
You're smoking crack if you think that.
Wait, what?
Bro, the hoodies go for like 13.
I thought it cost like $400.
On Canal Street.
They did a similar thing.
Because I never bought this. I didn't know. I never knew this. So they were sold in Saks?
Yep.
Wow. Where was I?
Not around it. Because you have taste buds and you have
I was
sense.
like, what?
That's
I thought
why.
it was like another Supreme.
They did the same thing with Asics recently. And they just put paint on them and then sold them for...
I put the paint on there myself.
How much
Everybody keep
were
asking me. I did a
those?
better
I
job
don't
at
remember
painting
the
my
exact
shoes than Gallery Department did.
Why is LV and Chanel and everybody else allowed to do it versus Gallery Department?
Let's not talk about Chanel.
We got to talk about Chanel because that's your number one competitor over there, mister.
Listen, Chanel is disrespectful.
Why?
Bro, like Chanel, like any, okay, I'm looking in this camera right now. Right now. If anybody who have bought Chanel
Tell him, son.
and knows Chanel's quality ain't the same. But the prices keep going up. Okay? I have shit from Chanel, recent shit from Chanel that I bought within the last 3 to 5 years. Okay? And I bought one bag. That shit costs a grip. Shit like, but the crazy thing is, this bag is the same bag they sold 4 years ago, but now it has a top handle, and it's like ridiculous the price. Like you could buy a small, like, Kelly.
The average handbag in 2005 for a Chanel bag went for like what? $1,300.
Yeah,
right?
you could get them.
Right, in 2005.
Yeah.
The jumbo
Now,
Chanel?
Them shits are going for $3,500, $4,000.
The jumbo Chanel is competing with literally like a mini.
All they did was
like
up the price
Like a Birkin 25.
and lowered the grade of
This is insane.
of leather.
Is Chanel over LV? Bags. Rate the bags from us. Start at Michael Kors. Rate the bags for us. When I say the levels, like give us the levels on the back. I know.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Who?
A lot of people watching this have Michael Kors bags.
Listen. Okay, no shade. All right,
That's a little shade.
Listen. I'd rather Michael Kors bag than a Canal Street bag, or like for real.
Okay.
Now you bugging.
Not dead ass. Dead ass.
I'm gonna tell you why you bugging.
You're
right?
bugging.
Hold on. Here's what's gonna fuck your heads up. Right.
Go ahead.
So, LV. Anybody that works at LV or fucks with LV knows that those bags are made out of canvas, right?
Correct.
Canvas.
Correct.
Correct. Canal Street is using leather. They're using leather.
Oh wow, that's heavy.
Who is going to choose leather, canvas over leather? Make it make sense.
They want the experience. You know, you get the orange box.
They're taking their whole swag. They're taking their whole designs off of Canal Street and putting it on the runway. Gucci did these football jerseys that was selling on Canal Street for fucking $60. Now they're selling these bitches for like $2,000. These new Timbs that just came out. Them shits been on Canal Street.
Oh, the LV one?
Them
Those
shits
the Louis
been
Vuitton
on,
ones?
Bro.
been on Canal Street.
First of all.
Nobody even paid them no mind.
First of all, I got something to say about
Used
that.
to see.
Okay.
Wait, you didn't escape the bag question, by the way, Mr. Michael Kors. Go ahead.
Oh, ew. So next was LV. Like LV is like everyone has to have an LV bag. Like that was the thing back in the day. Everyone had to have one. Everyone had to have one. Because why? It was everywhere. Everyone had it.
They had the little coin purse,
Oh my God, the
jump
Porsche
offs
Clays.
on the front of the pants and stuff.
Yeah. And yo, you can't even... Everybody in Brooklyn, Harlem, Bronx, Queens, Long Island, the South had an LV belt. Had an LV belt.
With the coin purse in the front.
Like, everybody had an LV belt. If you
was
didn't
what-
have that, you had sunglasses. We had the Porsche Clay. That's it. Or a pair of sneakers.
MCM with the little teddy bears and stuff that they used to do and stuff. Like I had this one client, he wore nothing. Like, remember that dude off of Martin, Jerome?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you pay attention to his whole like fit, it's nothing but MCM. Like
Yo.
on some Dapper Dan shit. I was like, yo, Martin was really spending his money to like do that skit right there and complete MCM. He wears more MCM than Jerome. Kid you not.
Oh,
and
wow.
I had to like scorch earth to like find it.
Now, since you brought up Dapper Dan, how did you feel about his Gap? I think he had a collab with the Gap.
Yeah.
He also collabed with Gucci. How'd you feel about those? And how do you feel they were received?
I'm not get your money, black man. You know what I mean? Do you? You know what I mean? But have morality as well.
What do you mean?
Is moving in those realms. Just know when you're being used. You know what I mean? Like you have to take a stand at some point. You know what I mean? When it comes to dealing with these big white conglomerates like this.
Okay.
I think for Dap, I think for Gucci, like he really made it feel like, I'm talking about as like a fashion history standpoint, he made it feel like we're back in like the 80s again, in a good way. Like the way he was making things remind me of like what he used to do back in the day before it was legal per se.
Yeah, but these are the same people that was literally suing him.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
taking his designs and putting it on their website.
Yeah, true.
There's jackets, there's bags, there's a plethora of things that I've seen that he made that they put on their shit.
And only because of that runway incident with the girl wearing the puffer jacket was the reason that they gave him an opportunity, because everyone was fighting for him. So I definitely understand that.
The Dap thing for the Gap thing, I mean, I understood why it was necessary. Personally, I didn't, for me, like, obtaining it to buy, I mean, no.
Dap is innovative. If you look at the
Yeah,
Gap,
no, I
they
like
only
that.
put innovative people
Yeah.
in these
No, I
campaigns.
agree. I didn't want to buy it because I didn't felt I needed it. Because I'm a type of person, if everyone has it, I don't want it. But I like it for everyone else. Cause I like seeing it, but I won't buy it. But I loved it. I think it was great. It was a great idea. It's about time. It was like a wave of people that needed to be recognized, finally being recognized at that moment in many parts of the industry. And I felt it was like great for his time because like we do not know, and I hope he lives a very long time, but we're losing a lot of legends. So it's about time they recognize these people before they go. They recognize them when they're dead, you know? So that's my thing.
Mr. Dow,
Yes.
I know you forgot about us, right? with all these stories, but can we please see the coat?
Yes, the coat.
Yes. Bless us with the coat. Bless
Yes.
us with the coat.
So it's in Tarja, which means that the pieces you're about to see aren't dyed. They have to be colored, but they're cut in all the shapes and then sewn together as one. Yeah, so I don't wear this coat often. When I do, I wear it. This is the coat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try the motherfucker
Let me see
on.
it. Let me see the front of it.
The front.
Turn the front.
That's a beautiful piece, man.
Yeah, that's a dope piece. And before you put it on him, can I see the inside of it?
Yeah. Inside is complete leather.
It's leather?
Yeah, inside. Freedom.
Oh, that's crazy.
His inside is complete leather, and the outside is complete shearling. And if you look at the bottom, they've sewn on the same way. It says Fendi at the bottom. And there's little FF sewn everywhere.
Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah, so it's one of my many coats. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, how would they make a piece like that?
First off, it's I feel like I'm sitting on something. Or the hanger. So basically, if I can remember, they basically it's sheared shearling, and they cut it in all these little pieces, and you see the binding inside. It's like all sewn together. So theoretically, the timeline for this coat is extremely, extremely long. And so for that to price this coat at $30,000. So
Good motor.
yeah, for $30,000. And so I got it for a way smaller deal because there was a sale, and now Will has a $22,000 hoodie.
You don't leave me alone. Leave me alone.
And I saw it, I was just like, yes, I have to buy it. And that was the only piece that I bought from that sale because everything else was like mediocre compared to like, why would you why go for like a Bugatti when you can buy like a fucking yacht? Yeah.
You ever got any unwanted attention from any of the pieces you guys wear?
All the time.
Who gives a fuck?
All the time, but like you live for yourself. Like people say you only live once. That's bullshit. Like you live every day, you die once. Like wear your shit. Like wear your shit. Like I buy it for me. I don't care what anybody wanna say. Like I don't care. Like I don't care. Like when you're from Brooklyn and you've seen street style from like the hood, and then you submerge yourself in like luxury, you kind of feel like you're educated in like both realms. It's like knowing witchcraft and like good magic.
I don't think art needs to be luxury or luxury needs to be art. You know what I mean? Luxury could be the cheapest thing in the world to somebody else. Like the things that we're paying thousands of dollars for, people are literally coming out of their huts and going to the sea and getting these black pearls for nothing.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's all state of mind. Like I don't buy things based on label. I don't buy things based on price. I buy things based on if I fucking like it and if I could fucking kill this shit. That's all. If it makes sense to me, like I feel like I'm collecting people for the Legion of Doom. You feel me? And it's like these motherfuckers is gonna take over the world. I like my pieces. I feel like I'm collecting art. Like I met this one person, right? I have this client. I have so much respect for Octavia. Since I want to say like not 19, but like late 2000s, not 2003. She started collecting nothing but Comme des Garçons. Like PC pieces, like nothing but that. Like that's all she has in her closet. And she has it by the year in her closet, going like all the way out. I was like, yo, this shit is mud. This is madness.
It's like having your own personal archive.
And that's what a lot of people do, like, especially with like Raph. Like they rent their clothes out. So when you have like people like ASAP, you see him with this Raph jacket that's like 100 bands. He's renting that. You know what I mean? Because there's only about like 100 of those that's in existence.
If that.
Because it's like runway or sample. You know what I mean? And they rent it out, and it makes sense to rent these things out. That's what a lot of these stylists and personal shoppers do. They collect pieces over a period of time, and people want to borrow these things. All right, pay me for it. You want to use it on your shoot? Use it. Pay me. That's what I do.
True.
Now, how
It's not just gonna sit there and rot.
how do you feel about where today's going, fashion's going, like as far as like the streetwear, like Jerry Lorenzo?
It has to
and
collapse
things
on
like that?
itself.
Jerry Lorenzo.
No, stop. Look, you trying to get me in trouble with Jeremy too?
Jerry Lorenzo.
I ain't doing nothing to Jared. Like, I had no problems with him.
Nah, but you know, everywhere you go, you see fear God, fear God, fear God, fear God. How fashion people like you? Would you wear fear? Like, would I catch you in a fear God?
I'm gonna say
hoodie?
this, right? So
And be nice.
They did exactly
always
what
nice.
they did exactly what I told you that Who Decides War did. They have a essential, and then they have their main line.
Yeah.
The problem is the main line looks exactly like essential, but just higher quality. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't pay attention to like detail. They focus more on the silhouette. If you see their like clothes is very bland, but the silhouette is very powerful. Like the shoulders are very broad. Everything is like very woofing going forward. It's not me. You know what I mean? It's not me. It's just not me. Like
Even if it wasn't as popular?
Not really. Not to me.
So how would you describe your personal style?
How I feel on the day.
So it varies.
Yeah, it varies. Like how I feel, the weather.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like whatever I have planned of what I'm doing for the day. You know what I mean? That's just how I move.
Yeah.
Like I work for sanitation. People look at me and like, wait, you at work? Like, yeah. And you wearing Ricks at work? Like, yeah. It was like, why? It's like, because I want to. Like, this is just my everyday. Not because I'm stunned on anybody. Like, I used to wear size like 16 shoes. I had foot reduction surgery because I knew the pain of what it felt like to not have what I want to, like to complete my ensemble. And I told myself when I got that surgery done, nothing's gonna hold me the fuck back. Whatever it costs, whatever it is, I want that. But I don't want to be like anybody else. I didn't get that done for me to wear what everybody has. I want to wear what I wear. If I get a white cargo basket, I'll take that motherfucker and dye that shit. Nobody else have this fucking color but me. You know what I mean? Like this hoodie right here, right? I bought like 6 of these Johns in the past like months, like couple months for like some clients and shit, and they were all white. I dyed them different colors so they could have their own color. It just made sense versus you having a black and white one or having a white one. It shows exclusivity, it shows personality. You're the only one that have it. You know what I mean? That's just how I move.
Same feeling. My look varies a lot.
Yeah, he's very versatile.
I'm very, like I can wear literally anything. Like there's moments I've worn.
Michael Kors.
Michael Kors is for the horse.
No, but there was a moment, like for instance, for like one of my recent outfits. One time I had on a pair of knit pants, black knit pants from Fendi, and I had Fendi clogs in dark chocolate, like actual wooden clogs, and I had like a cardigan that was passed out from my grandfather, like or my grandmother after they both passed, that I wore that I still cherish to this day. And then I had probably like a bandana tied. I had a Bottega bag, like a leather, the sardine joint. And I just wore that, and that was like one moment, but the next day I could wear like a full sports bra and a hoodie with baggy jeans and combat boots with like a baseball hat, like still like and then next day I could wear tailored pants and like and
Be natural with it.
and just cause like for me it's just like I've always been fascinated with like I'm talking about 10, 12, 15 years ago. Women always had a lot of choices. Men had shirt, pants, jacket, tie, shoes, shorts, polo, sweater, hoodie, sweatpants. Okay. I want like I want like fits. I want like color. I want like there's so many times like one day I wore like a leather pant with like these chunky Prada like army boots and like freaking camo, and I had a women's halter top on in knit green, looking like the male version of Buttercup. But it was fire. It was fire because you know why? Because like if you own it, you own it. And every day is different. Some day I'm just like in a sweatpants and t-shirt, and that's what I want to wear. But like, I feel like at our age, you just have to you know yourself.
But that's what streetwear back in the day did for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because they stepped outside of the realm of the norm.
Yeah.
Like Tendique, for example, right? You could be a hood nigga and you could be into style, into fashion, and you could get that, you know, quality of clothes. Their quality was like top tier for streetwear, especially like the design. Like the Bucks jacket with the gold lining on the inside is green on the outside. I'm like, ooh, that shit's hitting. Bought a couple of those jackets. Mishka was hitting. Rogue Status was hitting.
Man.
Black Scale was hitting.
SSUR.
You know what I mean? Like SSUR was hitting.
Crooks and Castles.
Oh my god.
Crooks and Castles for a little minute was hitting. I'm about to hit y'all over the head. Sabbath was hitting.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
If you want to take
Kid
it
Robot.
Wow.
Penfield, like these type, you know what I mean? These brands, they stepped outside of the norm and started making pieces. They started doing things to sneakers. You know what I mean? That made sense. You know what I mean? They had a story like the SB Dunks. They had a story. They had a, you know what I mean? This was the Astros. This is why they named it that. You know what I mean? Like same thing with Jordan. Even Jordans have a story. Each one of those colorways have a significant reason to be that way because it's something that happened in his life.
Okay. Now, how do you guys feel about, you spoke about street fashion, how do you feel about the basketball players? Do you feel it's forced? A lot of their fashion? Is it the stylist? Is it the player?
It's a little bit
Does
of
it
both.
matter?
It does matter.
Why?
It does matter.
Why?
It does matter for me. Like, I don't know. It's just something about like, as a personal thing, I just love seeing style, period. So like,
You have to give them grace.
like these men, whether it's themselves or by stylists, like Shy or Shea Alexander, how you pronounce his name,
Shy.
killing it. Stefan Diggs,
Because
killing
he's
it.
actually
Wearing it, like, he's
actually
into it.
Style. He's actually into fashion.
Like I
He's actually
saw
into
Shy
art.
one time, and I was actually assisting him, and he's coolest guy ever. He came inside wearing like, remember I told you quilted black pants from somewhere. These shoes, I don't know where they're from. They look like regular slippers. He had a jacket on and this jumbo suede Chanel bag from Pharrell collection. I'm just like,
The stuff he usually wears is from runway.
it's runway
And
pieces.
he dresses
understands it.
Himself
Like,
too as well, even though he does have a stylist, but he also dresses himself.
Stefan Diggs gets it. Like,
The problem is you have a lot of stylists, like they like the stylist, they like the way the stylist dress.
Yeah.
And they want to mimic that stylist, and the stylist is taking their whole look and putting it on this person. You know what I mean? And it doesn't fit their look. Instead of getting to know them and knowing what works on them and, you know, what they like.
but also, I mean, like, I feel like just in style in general for like these players, I think it's, I mean, yeah, we both said it's necessary. I think they need to be recognized for having like something other than their talent. Like they can actually look good in clothes, and it's good for business because now, you know, they know that these big brands have their sizes, and we're catering to like actual men. You know, like these men are tall and big.
Also, like I said, you have to give them grace. Remember, for a long period of time, they wasn't getting any money. They were broke for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? And they were just wearing slides, Nike shorts, Nike Techs,
Adidas.
from school to, you know what I mean, to the gym, from the gym to home. That's it. Like, they don't have a lot of time like that. Now they're into some money. Money don't buy style. That's just what it is. You can buy fashion, but you can't buy style. And then they entrust these people and they tell them what's hot. And they fall for it. Like, I mean, you have to search for yourself. You have to know what you want to do. Because, like, we had to have trial and error to get to
Yeah.
the stage of where we.
Like, I
we
did,
can
like-
look back in time and be like, damn, I wore that shit.
Yeah, like-
fuck.
Well,
That's crazy.
I remember Del was telling me that he loved when Ludacris, how he wore his Rick Owens.
Oh, that was me or you?
You.
No,
That was me.
no, who was that?
Wait, I said that.
Did you see it when he?
I saw it.
You know who wears a lot of Rick, and they do it very well.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yazin Bey. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They do it
Yeah.
very, and it looks good on old people, and people low-key don't know. Like, his muse is Lammy.
Yeah.
And she's of elder age.
Yes.
And he makes it for comfortability because you're able
Got
to carry a
chills.
book, a passport, a sandwich, and your keys. And that's about it. On each one of his clothes, that's what they could carry. That's why you see those pockets there. And those fashion and matter, you put your cell phone or whatever in these places. So you don't have to carry a bag, because he don't like bags.
Now, how do you feel like the reason I brought up Ludacris is when somebody just has no idea and they'll just throw the whole mannequin basically on?
I mean, listen, they gotta get their money too, the stylists. They trying to get paid. I get it, but also like from a stylistic standpoint, I'm just like, but sometimes you just need something in the moment for like the job is just like
Yeah, but that whole ensemble did not match the commercial whatsoever.
it didn't.
At all.
It was that was the first thing I recognized when I first saw the commercial. I'm like this. What is he wearing? And like, yeah, no, seriously, I was like, what is he wearing? I'm like, wait,
Bro, from head to toe.
yeah, and I had
At
to
the
rewind it back because I was like, wait, is this a music video? And I rewind it. I was
Bro,
like,
it looked like the
because I was
Marvel
no,
universe when you go like
no shit. I
this,
was
he
kind
just
of
came
high
out
when
like
I
a
was
runway
when I saw
somewhere.
that, and I was just like, what is he wearing and why in this environment? It was very off-putting.
Well, they trusted the wrong person to put him, you know what I mean, to do the job.
It was like a snake in a baby carriage. Like what?
Correct.
Yeah, oh my God.
Like for real. I'm just
So, like, just to change it a little bit, what defines, like, what are luxury brands? Like, what defines luxury? Like, you know, Goyard, you got Goyard, Chanel, like.
You know it's
Quality.
yeah, but it's also like.
But I'm saying the brand, like,
that's what
what
I'm
makes a
saying.
luxury brand?
So that's what I'm saying. It's. Everyone has an individual concept of luxury.
Your concept.
Yeah, I think like somebody, I shouldn't say this. There are certain brands on the market that I would never see as luxury, like ever. And they're luxury brands, but I would never,
Like,
ever.
Give us one.
Okay. Like I like other people, but I'm not a Versace guy. Like I don't wear no. Like no. Like old Versace, yes.
Yeah.
Like that,
One of those
I'll
more
eat it
couture.
up. I'll
After
eat
he
it up.
passed away, it was just.
I just like and when Donatella, I love her. But I'm trying not to be rude. I love her, but I think things became repetitive for me, and I do not like repetition. I like newness. Like wow me, and that's for me. Like for me, the concept of luxury is, it's what can I get from this item in terms of like style purposes. Do I truly love it? Does it evoke emotion in me? Like I'm a Scorpio. I like to see things at all aspects. I like to know the grit of everything. So for me, I like to see what's out there. And yeah, there's a lot of players underground under luxury that isn't recognized, and people don't tap into them. They just know surface level. They're like, oh, Chanel, this, that, and the other. Yeah, they're luxury, but there's a whole nother sector below. These underground brands that are on fire and no one knows about them. There's really good things, not in just America, but other countries.
Yoji counts as luxury to me.
Yeah.
Margiela counts as luxury to
I
me.
love
Oh man, I saw the
Margiela.
Margiela joint you had on there.
Like,
I love
counts as
Margiela.
luxury
What's
to
the
me.
name of them with the split toe again? I forgot what the
Oh,
name.
The
Tabbies?
tabbies.
Tabbies,
I'm not.
yeah.
I do
I
the
have
tabby
two pairs.
sneakers.
They are not that comfortable, but they look great. They look Oh, awesome. Who else? There's a lot of brands that are luxury. You know, but and there's brands that, you know, we can't forget about. Like, there's brands like Cartier. That's
Most
luxury.
Japanese brands is luxury
Like-
to me.
You still didn't do the bags though, bro.
Oh wait, what bags
No, bags. The levels of bags.
Oh,
Chanel or Louis. I'm not forget the Michael Kors. I was just bugging.
Chanel, Louis, they're both in different categories. Like, for LV, like, they give they know how to tell a story through the collection, and they come out with different shapes and colors and everything, like, every month. But then Chanel just comes out with, like, I mean, they're overpriced, I will tell you that much. But Chanel comes out with, like, beautiful colors. And, like, these pieces are, like, a piece of art. When you look at Chanel, like, every girl wants a Chanel bag.
Chanel's like a high-end Kate Spade to me.
Wow, that hurts.
The fuck? When did I say that's wrong?
That hurts.
Kate Spade, bro.
It's true. They have. There's nothing wrong with Kate Spade. They have traditional bags for like
Yeah.
people that want to be professional and they
Yeah,
wear
yeah.
these things. It's not.
True.
You know what I mean? It's not too spicy.
But it's just like a...
It's just calm for the palate.
Do you feel like they'll be here going forward? Like, where's fashion going in the next couple of years? Do you think it'll go far? It'll stray away from like a Chanel and Louis and
feel like
stuff,
it
or
has
they're
to-
just always gonna be there?
I feel like it has to implode on itself first.
It's,
just a mess.
for me, it's cyclical.
mess.
Like, I feel like I'm seeing things that I've seen 10 years ago or 12 years ago. A lot of repetition. There's some brands that are doing amazing that I love, that I think they'll sustain over the next 5 years. Like Loewe, I think they'll be... Loewe's killing it. Currently, right now, because what I see on the market, Celine is doing amazing. Louis Vuitton, because of course Pharrell, and because of the pop-up, and they have hype, and they can push men's product, and you see actually athletes in them, performers, entertainers, and also Bottega. Bottega is, you know, everybody wants Bottega. Like, Bottega is like the new, there's a joke in the street, the new it girl. It's that girl. Like, Bottega is getting its moment, and
Because that's what luxury is.
it's you know, not, and I'm not being biased, but when you truly go into a Bottega boutique and you truly like touch the things and like really look at the craftsmanship, some shit on the market is just like trash. It's all like,
And it's quiet too.
it's quiet luxury, but it's just like, if you know, you know. People who know Bottega, when they see you in Bottega, they like, you can't deny the power of Bottega. Bottega is like, I've been doing this longer, but also like, I'm new to the game, but also like, even though I could be old for the old people, I'm kind of cool for the young people. You know, everybody wants Bottega. People in their 20s want Bottega. You know, everybody wants Loewe. Everybody wants Celine. You know, Prada. Everybody wants Prada. Prada will always last. Louis Vuitton will always last. And there's certain brands that's just like Burberry. No.
And how do you feel about, you know, we're all into fashion when people say that fashion's not masculine?
I think fashion is genderless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sitting here with my nails done.
Tiana Taylor is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
She looks amazing.
Tiana Taylor's
And
incredible.
Men's
I knew
clothes.
she had it from since my Super Sweet 16.
She always
She always had it. She's from Hollywood, but like, she's,
Like the clothes don't wear her, she wears the clothes.
she has her own
She
personality.
doesn't,
She's fire.
Like overdo it. Like
Yeah,
if there
she's
was
cool.
any chick that I've ever seen wear like Rick the right way will be her.
Yeah, she
Okay.
does. She does a great job.
Literally treats it as pieces. She's not head to toe. She's just the pants. The shoes might be fear of God. The top might be like a Marnie t-shirt, and it'll be a Bape from '05 hoodie. You know what I mean? It's like very calm.
Yeah.
Well, how would you throw Erica in there? Erica Badu.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love her.
She understands style.
I love her.
Completely.
She understands it.
Like all her pieces mean something to her. Like I just shot earlier on with Ashaka. Ashaka, shout out to Ashaka. Like she did hats for like Gazine Bay. She did hats for Common. She did hats for Erykah Badu, and even to this day she still does them. And she does it in a specific way, and she makes it like she made some roses out of something called Geechee from the something islands. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like I can't show it right now, but it's very wild. Like she understands style completely. Like when she talks about her pieces, it has a story behind it, and she wears it every day. You know what I mean? Like she walk around with these bangles. I'm like, yo, this shit is hard. Like I saw her a couple times in real life, and I was like, she's very mesmerizing.
Okay, and since you brought up bangles, how do you guys feel about jewelry?
I love jewelry.
I make jewelry. I used to make jewelry.
Jewelry is like you can. I like a cohesive look, like not just on women but also on men. Like if you're gonna put the entire thing on, put the entire thing on. Like look at kings and queens back in the day. They were in adornments. It went with the outfit. So why not do it now? Like don't be lazy. If you're gonna put it on, just put it on.
That's dope.
Like this piece right here, right? This is a custom piece that I had made because I'm into like kings and queens. Right? Shout out to Heavy Metals.
That's real dope. And listen, since we're getting near the end. I know this is usually the first question, but how'd you guys get your start in fashion?
First of all, I went to school for business. I didn't think I was going to be in fashion. I always loved fashion, but I loved art more. My first retail job was, long story short, my first retail job was a model. Well, I was working at Abercrombie and Fitch. And then afterwards, I moved on to Tommy Hilfiger. And then I got recruited for LV at the age of 21 or 22. I was happy to be there, didn't know anything, and I ended up being very successful there. And then after that, I just branched off to Fendi for 5 years, and then I'm at Bottega for 9 months. But that's how I got into luxury. It was just like, I always knew I wanted to be in it. It was just, I didn't know how to, and that was a blessing from God, honestly.
Back in the day, I used to have this catering job. It used to pay me like $250 to $300 a night. And I was like 15, and I have a bill to pay. You give a 15-year-old kid $300 a night, he's gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? So I was buying like...
Back then.
Yeah, back then. So I was going to like Ice Cream, BBC, Irizu, Nudie, all these places like Atrium, Meads back in the day, Boundless, and just buying stuff. And I gained a relationship with the people there. And over a period of time, they gave me discounts. And then when I go back to school, I had a bunch of people that like they wanted to dress like me or have certain pieces. I didn't know I was personal shopping at that type of point. I didn't know I was styling at that type of point. I was just making money. So I have them pay me. I pay myself out and whatever they give me to go get the pieces that they want because they sold it at a specific, return because at a period of time, they used to burn the clothes. These things never used to go on sale to the public. You know what I mean? Which was like crazy back in the day. But I'll get it, give it to them, and everybody's happy. And that's what I was doing.
Okay.
Like since then.
Yeah.
Is there any fashion you won't wear? Like I'll rephrase that. Where do you draw the line?
If it's too popular, I don't want it.
Oh, so you're a real fashionista.
Yeah, like I did stuff on the market, even in luxury, that I see people like. I'd be like, oh, in a matter of 3 days. If I see it too many times, I'm over it. Like, I'm very like, I don't want people to have it. And sometimes I may have what people have, but I'll wear it differently. You know, I like to wear men's and women's clothing on all calibers. Doesn't matter what the price is. It's just a vision that I have and what I want to curate for myself. But I just won't do like BS.
Okay. And well,
What's the question?
what won't you wear? Like, where do you draw the line? Like, he stated he won't wear anything that's popular.
Oh, same here. I just
Trendy.
It takes a certain level of discipline.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, yo, that shit's fire, but I just can't. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be just. I don't want to fall into the cognitive wheel of this. You know what I mean?
We'll sit here for hours in here and we'll discuss like stuff about fashion, but also it's like for us, our mindset is more about like if we're buying something, like what's the color, what's the fabric, what's the silhouette, like what is like how does it move, like what can you piece it with, like on that level, because it's like at that point we're investing in pieces, like you can buy like little stuff here that's like, oh, that's cool, I'm just, you know, but like also this restraint, you'd be like,
So
no.
let me put it like this, right? Look at the 5 boroughs, right? Fuck Long Island. Wow. Yeah, straight up.
Terrible.
That's
Brooklyn sets the curve for fashion, right? They do style. And then you have the Bronx that they wear these things for mostly like status.
Yeah.
Harlem is just very flashy. Queens is just very influential. You know what I mean? They follow whatever's hot. You know what I mean? That's how we look at things. And that's just how it goes within the 5 boroughs. We try to set the curve or be ahead of the curve. Like, for instance, right, those Loewe glasses that came out, right? The ones that everybody have now. I got rid of those. I had that. Wait, I think you gifted me that for my birthday.
And I think it was stolen.
2 years ago.
It was stolen.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
sunglasses.
that's how long ago this was.
Yeah.
And it's like
And a
the
candle.
moment that everybody was wearing it, it was like, you know what? I don't even want these anymore.
Yeah.
Now, do you do that with the name, like the designer, or the piece?
The piece.
I just
Like you'll wear
like-
the designer,
like-
but the piece you'll try to get something
Like,
different.
I miss, like we were talking about this, old Balenciaga.
yeah.
Not Balenciaga now.
Yeah,
They
2017,
ODing.
2018.
They're really ODing. They're ODing.
What do you think about like the three sneakers, the steroid boots, and all
Nah.
It's just an experiment to see. They're setting the curve to see how much trash you could possibly eat.
Like,
They're giving you low grade stuff and upping the price
Yeah.
on things. Like they're giving you this towel, right? Dog, I could go to Target and I could get a higher thread count towel than what they're trying to sell you for 2 bands.
honestly, like...
It makes no fucking sense.
yeah. And
It's
honestly,
like,
we
how do you
have
not see this?
everyone has a lot of Balenciaga. We have Balenciaga, but it's just like...
It stopped after a point in time.
It just became like...
Yeah.
I came back and I'm just like, I want to buy something. I'm just like, I don't like anything in the store. Like, not one thing I like.
Yeah.
It was underwhelming. I went back and I was like, this is spring, summer. It was like, yeah. I'm
It
like,
stopped being about
it
art.
looks just like fall, winter. Like, everything looks repetitive or something I already own.
That's like Rick Owens
It's like,
now. This is why you see a bunch of like collabs. Like I told you, like he stepped away. So they're doing these
Yeah.
money grabs that's very lucrative for them because they understand the exclusivity and the want for Rick.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's doing stuff with Champion. He's doing things with Reebok. He's doing things with what else? He's doing things with Montclair. He's doing things with Converse. And these are all money grabs. And there's not a lot of design that really goes into it. You'll just change the laces or add an extra bump on the stuff, and that's it. Like no thought really went into that. You know what I mean? Even though it's somewhat of a minimalist type style, but it's not really because it's really dystopian. But it's no thought that went into that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna close now. Again, drop your names for the people that missed it.
Delroy Smith.
William Lewis.
Okay. And your IGs.
All platforms.
Supreme _ Caesar, CZAR on Instagram. That's my only platform.
Oh, okay.
My platform is Instagram, MyLord92.
Okay.
MYLAWD92.
And you said you represent Long Island?
Nah, that's wild. That's wild.
Straight out of Brooklyn, man. Thank you fellas so much for your time, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you.